A remote outpost where human forces and peaceful Neo-Dinosaurs attempt to strategize against the rebels. A dimly lit bunker with glowing screens displaying maps of Velociraptor activity. Neo-Dinosaurs stand in the shadows, observing. Emily, these peaceful Neo-Dinosaurs, can we really trust them? James, we don't have a choice. Without their intel, we're blind out there. Dr. Mara, it's more than intel. It's understanding their culture. If we don't, we lose. Velociraptor movement. The peaceful Neo-Dinosaurs emit low vocalizations, mirroring human language fragments, attempting communication. Dr. Mara, voiceover. Coexistence demands trust, but trust is fragile as the alliance we've built. Dr. Mara.
We face a choice. Risk everything for understanding or fall to fear. But fear isn't a strategy, it's surrender. And surrender is what these rebels want. To divide us, to make us doubt. The peaceful Neo-Dinosaurs are our bridge to survival. But even bridges can collapse under too much weight.
A dense jungle trail, eerily quiet. The team investigates a sudden spike in Velociraptor activity. Visuals, shadows flicker between trees. Broken branches and clawed symbols mark the path ahead. James, this feels wrong, too quiet. Emily, like they're letting us walk into something. Dr. Mara, or leading us. They're watching, waiting for us to make the wrong move. Rebel Velociraptors dart between trees, their glowing eyes visible. A sudden synchronized roar echoes, disorienting the team. Dr. Mara, voiceover. In this jungle, every sound is a warning. Every silence, a trap. Dr. Mara, Velociraptors aren't hunters, they're tacticians. Every step we take, they calculate the next. We're players in their game, but we don't know the rules. And in a game without rules, instinct becomes your only ally. Instinct, and the hope that it's enough to survive. But hope is no substitute for preparation.
In this jungle, every sound is a warning. Every silence, a trap. Velociraptors aren't hunters. They're tacticians. Every step we take, they calculate the next. We're players in their game, but we don't know the rules. And in a game without rules, instinct becomes your only ally. Instinct, and the hope that it's enough to survive. But hope is no substitute for preparation.
An abandoned communication tower surrounded by overgrown vegetation. The team sets up microphones to capture Velociraptor sounds. Emily, I've never heard anything like this. It's mocking us. James, they're learning faster than we are. Dr. Mara, it's not just learning, it's intent. They're weaponizing communication itself. A rebel Velociraptor emerges, vocalizing human-like phrases in an eerie, distorted tone, combining growls with chilling mimicry. Dr. Mara.
Language isn't just a tool, it's power, and they're claiming it. Communication isn't mimicry, it's understanding. And understanding is the foundation of control. They're not just imitating us, they're manipulating us. Turning our own fears into weapons. If they master this, they'll rewrite the rules of survival. And we'll be speaking their language, not ours.
A narrow canyon surrounded by towering rock walls. Rebel Velociraptors appear on the ridges, silhouetted against the sky. James, they've cut us off. No way forward, no way back. Emily, they're not attacking, they're forcing us to make the first move. Dr. Mara, it's a psychological siege. They don't need to fight. They just need us to break. The Velociraptors move in sync, blocking exits and creating unsettling echoes with their movements. Control isn't about power, it's about patience. Dr. Mara.
Velociraptors don't fight, they dominate. Every move they make is deliberate. Every reaction they provoke brings them closer to victory. Fear is their battlefield, and they're winning. We can't outfight them, but we can outthink them. The question is, can we, before it's too late?
A nighttime field illuminated by moonlight, the team trapped in an open space. Velociraptors form a silent, motionless circle, their glowing eyes fixed on the humans. Emily, why aren't they moving? It's like they're statues. James, no, they're waiting, watching how we respond. Dr. Mara, this isn't a standoff, it's an experiment, and we're the subjects. Suddenly, they move in unison, breaking and reforming the circle without a sound, unnerving the humans. Dr. Mara, sometimes the loudest threats are silent. Dr. Mara,
Stillness is their weapon now. They don't need to attack to make us afraid. Fear isn't just a response, it's a state of mind. And they're masters of cultivating it. We must resist, not with force, but with focus. Because fear only wins if you let it.
a dark and twisting underground tunnel system carved into the earth, damp with condensation and eerily silent. Visuals. The team navigates the tunnels with flashlights, their beams flickering across claw marks and symbols etched into the walls. Emily, these markings, they're getting more intricate. It's like a language. James, a language we can't read in a place we don't understand. Dr. Mara, it's a warning. This is their territory, and we're trespassing. Glowing eyes flash in the darkness, disappearing before the team can react. The sound of claws, scraping echoes, growing louder and closer. Dr. Mara.
In the darkness, the unknown becomes the greatest enemy. These tunnels aren't just pathways, they're traps. Every turn hides a choice we're not prepared to make, and every shadow feels alive with danger. The Velociraptors own this space, and they know it. We're intruders here, and they're reminding us of that. But understanding the enemy begins with walking their paths.
A fortified human outpost under siege by rebel velociraptors. Searchlights pierce the night as velociraptors dart through the shadows, evading capture. James, they're too fast. We can't track them all. Emily, it's like they know where every camera and guard is stationed. Dr. Mara, they're not attacking to win. They're testing our defenses. The velociraptors infiltrate the base perimeter, triggering alarms but retreating before human forces can respond. Their movements are calculated, creating panic without direct confrontation. Dr. Mara.
Victory isn't always about destruction. Sometimes it's about sowing doubt. The Velociraptors are redefining the battlefield. They don't need to breach the walls. They just need us to fear they will. Fear weakens our resolve, frays our unity. And unity is the only thing keeping us alive. This isn't just a test of strength, it's a test of will. And they're proving they're stronger than we ever imagined.
A dense forest where the team chases what appears to be a small group of velociraptors. The team follows faint tracks and vocalizations, only to find themselves encircled again. Emily, they've tricked us again. This was all a setup. James, every time we think we're catching up, they're already 3 steps ahead. Dr. Mara, it's not just intelligence, it's strategy. They're learning from every encounter. The velociraptors split into smaller groups, creating false trails that lead to dead ends. Their calls mimic human panic, disorienting the team. Dr. Mara.
Every encounter teaches them something new. Every mistake costs us more. The Velociraptors are perfecting their strategies. They lure us in with one trap, only to ensnare us in another. They don't just survive, they thrive on our failures. Each escape brings us closer to understanding them. But understanding doesn't mean we can stop them. It only means we know how much further we have to go.
A cliffside where the team confronts the rebel velociraptors, under the rising sun. The leader Velociraptor vocalizes a series of haunting, human-like sounds, its pack standing silently behind it. Emily, it's speaking, trying to communicate. James, or warning us. Look at its stance. It's deliberate. Dr. Mara, they're not just animals. There's something more, something we can't predict. The leader steps forward, raising its head in a display of dominance before retreating with its pack, leaving the humans in stunned silence. Dr. Mara.
Warnings come in many forms. Some are spoken, others are shown. These velociraptors are the future of evolution. They defy our expectations, rewriting the rules of survival. Every encounter leaves us questioning who the true enemy is. They're challenging us, not just to survive, but to understand. Understanding them means redefining what it means to be human. And that's a challenge we may not be ready for.